Yo, what's up, you guys? Teddy Striker here, and UFC Denver just wrapped up. We saw the main event. Namajunas beat Tracy Cortez. But before we get to that, I want to talk about the rest of the card really fast, and then we'll get on to the main event. So starting off the main card was Abdul Razak Al Hassan versus Cody Brundage, and I actually didn't get to see this one because I went on a run, and unfortunately I came back a bit too late. And I missed that fight, but apparently it was a no contest. I thought that Abdul Razak Al Hassan was gonna knock Cody Brundage out. I don't know what happened. I gotta go watch it, but we're just gonna skip over that. And I think next was Christian Rodriguez versus Julian Rosa, and Julian Rosa he was standing there throwing shots with Christian Rodriguez in the pocket, taking the fight to him, and he was able to find a submission in the second round. This guy is first for that type of submission, like a guillotine. He's got the perfect frame. He's got long arms, long body. He's one of the bigger featherweights in terms of height, and that is very very useful for those locking up the submissions, especially when you have long arms. It makes your life so much easier. But yeah, he did great. And then the next fight after that, I think it was Ismail Bonfim versus Andre Losa. And Bonfim, he was just able to just outbox Andre Losa, who was, he was moving around. He was trying to avoid shots quite a bit, and he was looking to grapple a lot. But Ismail Bonfim was able to defend the grappling. He showed great takedown defense. Even when he was beaten to the hips, and it looked like he was actually gonna get slammed down to the ground, he was able to, still find his balance and be able to defend those takedowns. If it's anybody else, with all due respect, if it's a Stephen Thompson or a Michael Venom Page, those guys are for sure getting taken down. But he was able to defend those takedowns really well and just outbox Andre Losa for 3 rounds, and this is his first time going the distance as well, so that's very impressive. A good performance from him. And yeah, I would say give him maybe one more fight outside of the top 15, and then get him a fight in the top 15 to see what he's all about. But that was a good performance from Ismail Bonfim. And then next was my personal favorite performance of the night, my favorite fight of the night, was John Silva versus Drew Dober. Now, I thought that John Silva was going to lose because, he fought 2 weeks ago at UFC 303. And I didn't know if he was going to be, ready for this fight against Drew Dober. And it was a matchup in a higher weight class in the lightweight division. He usually fights in the featherweight division. So the fact that he was able to go out there and, outstrike Drew Dober the way he did, every time Drew Dober will, get in the pocket, he would just keep his head on the center line, throw his right hook, his right jab, and his head would stay in the same spot. And Drew Dober, he's got a big head, so that's a big target, right? And John Silva was able to find that left hook, that lead elbow, which was just beautiful mix of boxing and Muay Thai to stop a pressure fighter. I mean, that's textbook how you stop a pressure fighter, intercept them, hit them with big shots, and cut them open. He was able to land a spinning back elbow at the end of the, I think it was either the end of the first or second rounds, but he was able to hurt him really bad. And one thing I really hate about MMA is how fighters can get saved by the bell. I wish there was a way, as soon as someone gets rocked, at the end of the round, they let it go for an extra 20 seconds to see what happens. But it didn't. But either way, John Silva was able to get a TKO win, and this guy is actually a problem. He's really, really good. And then we had Santiago Ponzinibbio versus, Muslim Salikov, and I thought Ponzinibbio won that fight. It wasn't the most exciting fight. It was kind of close, but they give it to Muslim Salikov, and I guess, you can't really stall out with the grappling, which, fair enough, but, I thought that Ponzinibbio should have won that fight, but it is what it is. And then in the main event, Rose Namajunas, I thought she was going to win this fight, and she did it. She just pieced up Tracy Cortez. In my opinion, it should have been 49-46 or 50-45. You could probably give the fifth round to Tracy Cortez, but outside of that, she was, it was a pretty easy fight for Rose. Tracy Cortez got dropped with a massive left hook, early in the first round. And in the first round, she was not moving her head at all. She had no defense. You know, she was like she looked much slower compared to Rose in the first round. But I feel like in the later rounds, Rose kind of went to grappling approach. And in the fourth and fifth rounds, she knew she won, so she kind of like was coasting a bit, didn't really take as much risk. I feel like she could have maybe like amped it up on the striking, but she fought her fight. And next up for her, I don't know if I want to see her versus Macy Barber, because Macy Barber, like, every time I like think about her, I just think of when she was shadowboxing against Alexa Grasso. So I don't want to see that, but whatever it is, I'm looking forward to it. And that was a good fight from Rose.